welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to a what's on my phone video. I don't know why, but this is like one of the most requested videos I get asked to do. I don't know if people are just nosy and want to know what's on my phone. It's quite like an intrusive thing, I think, to ask someone what's on their phone, but I suppose I've done a few of these before, so I will just kind of quickly try and flick through what I have on my phone at the moment. But also I have a new phone that I've had since October now, which is still Android. So I've been Android for like 9-10 years now, but instead of having a Samsung, I now have a Google 8 Pro, which, to be honest, I have been loving. And my partner Alan actually already was part of Google for a while now, as he converted from Samsung to Google first, and I've finally made the move myself, and I've got to say I absolutely love it. It took some getting used to, kind of the movement of how to go back and stuff like that, but once I've got used to it, I really love it. I would say I would do a separate like review of the Google phone, but to be honest, I don't think I'm very good at doing like reviews, and I don't really think that's, you know, what I want to do on this channel. But all I can say is that it's a really good phone. I love the camera. And for what I use it for, it really works for me. And I've gone to a SIM only contract as well. So I'm with EE, I switched to a SIM only contract, and then with the phone itself, I got very lucky with an extremely good deal that was happening, and I'm just paying off the phone itself with Klarna. So yeah, I feel like SIM only is definitely the way to go. I understand that phones do kind of stop working as well nowadays, especially with like the more modern phones, but I'm just going to see how it goes in the next, you know, 24 months, I think is what I paid for the SIM only contract, and just see if it's all still working fine, and I'll just stick with this one. If you do want to see any reviews about this phone itself, then there is a whole load of videos on YouTube that will explain that. But yes, it's the Google Pixel Pro, and I've got it in this kind of, I think it's like porcelain, I think that's the color of the actual phone. But then I've just stuck my like diabetes stickers on there, and I've got a pop socket because I cannot live without a pop socket, because that is the way that I stop myself from dropping my phone 90% of the time. And then, as you can see, I've got this lovely big screen. Again, this is not a review, so don't ask me what size the screen is, but it's just nice and clear with the cutest picture of me, Alan, and our dog Loki, who is just behind me. So I'm going to obviously switch the angle and show you what's on the phone. I'm not going to go into too much detail clicking into all of the different apps, because as I say, I feel like it's quite intrusive, but people seem to really like these videos, so that's why I'm filming it, and I've had a few messages of people asking me to do so. Okay, so this is like my home screen just here. So when I swipe here, it just has like all these like news feed things. I don't really explore this area very much, so I'm not too sure what it actually has on there. When I swipe down, I always have my blood sugars. So I have type 1 diabetes, and my blood sugars are continuously displayed when I swipe down. Obviously at the top you have like loads of different features of the phone, as you get on any phone. So, you know, your Bluetooth, your torch, your do not disturb, your alarms, auto rotate, etc. So that's all up there. And then I have a finance folder with all of my banks and stuff. I have a shopping folder which has all of the supermarkets and then places where I might want to check out what they have. I don't necessarily like online shopping, but I just have this shopping folder anyway. I mean, this IKEA and Hollister and John Lewis, for example, I haven't clicked on for a long time. To be honest, they're probably apps that are just taking up space on my phone that I don't necessarily need, but anyway. Then I have a home folder where I have literally just home stuff, as you do. And then I have my notes where, again, I just keep notes of different things that I might need to keep a track of, or I have like rolling shopping lists or to-do lists. So I quite like that notes feature. Then I have a food and fitness section where, you know, I have Couch to 5K, things like my Evolve You app, which I use for my training in the gym. I absolutely love this app, it's amazing. And then, you know, things to order, food. So yeah, that's literally just food and fitness on there. Then there's the BBC folder with some of the BBC apps on there. And then my TV folder, which just has, you know, again, I don't really use these much except for Netflix. I might use every now and then, but I personally like to categorize my apps into folders. Not everyone does, but I do. This Goodreads app, which I always boast about, if you love reading, you will really enjoy this app because you can log all of the books that you have ever read, that you want to read or that you're currently reading. So if you're a bookworm like me, this is an amazing app to have. And then I have a diabetes folder. So, you know, I have type 1 diabetes, but I also work within the diabetes industry. So I have an app, well, a folder full of different diabetes things that I might need to use. So that's quite a full one. And then obviously my socials. So Facebook, I don't really use very much. I just have it because of having family members that don't live in the UK mainly on there. Instagram is probably my most used social media platform. YouTube Messenger, WhatsApp, YouTube Studio, Pinterest again. Oh my god, I used to be obsessed with Pinterest, but it's very rare that I actually use that nowadays, but I still have it on there. And then again, Snapchat, I probably hardly ever use that unless I'm messaging my sister or wanting to put funny filters on my dad. And then I have a separate work folder, which, you know, I'm a pediatric nurse at the moment, so I just have loads of things on there that I might need for work purposes. Then my Google Maps, which I think I could not live without at all, because that is how I get everywhere I need to go if I don't know the area. And then Google specific apps on here as well, which is pretty cool. I've got my calculator, my photos, and then my wallet with all of my like payment cards. Then there's this lifestyle one, which is kind of pointless, but it's there anyway. It has my family wall app, which is my calendar, and then Skip Tax. I can probably get rid of that as well because that was from when we went to Disneyland Paris and we did our tax refund for the items that we bought out there. Music, so again, I probably use Spotify the most, but it isn't the premium Spotify, it's just the free version. Radio I mostly listen to in my car, and you know, BBC Sounds is also Radio 1. Shazam, so I used to use Shazam quite a lot to listen to specific songs that I liked on the radio and wanted to know what they were called, but this Google phone actually has a really cool feature where it listens to the song that's being played, and then I can just click on that on the home screen and like the song that way. So again, with Shazam, I could probably get rid of that because I don't really use it. And then I have my step count up here. I have a games app where I just have Pokemon, Candy Crush, and then the 1% Club, which is on a Saturday evening. And I really like playing along with that because I'm not the best, but I'm not the worst at getting the answers right, so it's a pretty fun game to play. I've got my emails, my clock for my alarms, and then my 1 second a day app, which, I mean, if you guys have been here since 2017, you'll know that I've been using this app since then, and it is an app that I would literally recommend to everyone, because you literally just film a 1 second video every single day of the year, and then at the end of the year you can compile it into a whole video, and I just think it's something really nice to do and look back on. That's the weather. Obviously my phone book, messages, Google Chrome, which is my main internet browser, and then the camera. At the bottom here you've got Google Lens, which is pretty cool because you can take a picture of something and Google Lens will kind of search what the item is or something similar to that, so that's pretty cool. There's the Hey Google feature. It's listening, and then that is that newsfeed thing that I was telling you about. So then we've got my calendar, and the family wall calendar that I use, which is this app just here, is pretty cool. And we actually got it, myself, Alan and his mum, we all three of us got this app when I was working like long shifts on the pediatric wards. So when I was doing long days, weekends, nights, it was easier just to have this calendar which we all shared and all had access to, and then I could just write down my shifts on there, and you know, everyone would know what days and hours I was working. And then we've just kept it. It's really cool because you can color code it all and things like that. So yeah, I really recommend that as well if you're someone who has a big family and you know, you want to have something shared as in a calendar. HMRC app, you know, it's just one of those adulting things that you have, isn't it? Find my device, and then I've got a health section where I just track like my menstrual cycles, so that's pretty fun. Then when you swipe up you have like all of the apps as well, so these are apps that I might not have in particular categories, but also it's like every single app that I currently have. So you know, there's probably things on here that aren't categorized. I can't see if there's anything in particular. I mean, Withings is an app that connects to our weighing scales. So that's pretty cool because it gives you your weights, your fat content, and then your water weight. And it has the app that connects to that. So it's pretty cool to hold that information. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else on here. Cartoonify, that is a pretty cool app to cartoonify images. So if you follow my dog Loki on social media, his profile picture was actually created using this Cartoonify app. And I'm just trying to see if there is anything else in particular. I have an app for my car, 2 apps for my car actually. Oh, did I miss? I think I missed a section. Yeah, I missed the transport section. So I have like the Uber app and then the train Ryanair, which you'd think I fly a lot having the Ryanair app. I really don't. I just needed it a couple of times and just kept it on there. And then I have an electric mini. So I have some of the electric charging points apps, and the Ringo app, which is always handy to have because a lot of car parking places now use Ringo to pay for parking, and my rail card as well for when I get the train. And I also missed this section. I feel like I always do this. I always miss a section, but yeah, this is just like my photos section as well, where I have you know, apps that edit photos, or I love using Canva for my diabetes Instagram page to create posts. Free prints is where you can order free 45 free prints of photos every month, so then you just pay for the postage. So yeah, that's kind of the photo album, the photo folder. I don't know if there's anything else that I've missed. Meerkat. Oh, I got that because Alan gets perks with Meerkat, but we've not actually used it or anything. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, with the phone as well, if you swipe up from the bottom, it takes you back to the home screen. And then if I open an app, for example, to go back, you just swipe from there or from the other side. So that's just another feature that I had to get really used to when I got this phone. But I mean, apart from that, you know, as I say, I don't really want to go into each different app individually. So that is just like a bit of an overview of the apps that I have and what the phone kind of looks like. And then I'll just quickly show you the back as well. So as you can see, I've got a Casetify case on it at the moment. These cases are, you know, quite expensive, but they are so good and durable, especially if you're someone like me who drops your phone quite often. This has been a godsend. I've got a screen protector on the front as always, and then you can kind of see what the camera looks like on the Pixel 8 Pro as well. So that is the end of this video, guys. I hope that you enjoyed seeing what I have on my phone. I mean, to be honest, I always am interested in seeing what people have on their phone as well, especially because sometimes people have some weird and wonderful apps that are really helpful to have. So I guess that's also one of the reasons why people like watching these videos, to get ideas of like apps that they might want to add to their phone and things like that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you really soon with another video. Please do like this video if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe if you are new and want to stick around. Bye.